It's very close to Christmas. It's the beginning of Hanukkah, but you can see here a symbol of the Muslim religion. There's no festival of it. And still, Christians, Muslims, and Jews are celebrating here Christmas and Hanukkah. They're going to light the Christmas tree for the first time tonight, and you can see a lot of people are around it coming to celebrate it. We are at the clock tower of Jaffa, which is part of Tel Aviv. But we do have time to travel a little bit around the city. Then let's do that. Are you ready? Yes, you are. I promise you that at the end of the tour we will see the Christmas tree. But you know, just for the fun, let me take a picture of it. Like before and after. I love Jaffa. I live very close to it. I live in one of the neighborhoods of Tel Aviv, and Jaffa is part of Tel Aviv. Then let's cross the road. Lots of good music. I don't know if you can hear it. It's in Arabic and Hebrew. The clock tower. This is the main entrance to Jaffa. I hope that you can hear it because it's loud, so loud here. And the mayor there, which was the Muslim mayor, wanted to make that square a little bit more modern, not like a typical Arabic place. It used to be a market. Oh, look at that! Jazz Santas. Then, in that case, he decided to turn it into more European style. For example, the people know, I don't know if you can see it a little bit, but I think that's it. It looks like an European building, and that was the city hall of the Ottomans in Jaffa. And why here? Because most of the pilgrims who came to Jerusalem enter through Jaffa to Jerusalem. Around 1900. Around 1900, you can see that there's the clock tower. The Sultan of the Ottomans actually celebrated 25 years as a Sultan, and they built him 100 clock towers all over the Ottoman Empire. One of them was here. One of them was on top of Jaffa Gate in Jerusalem. It's gone. The British didn't like it. And look how beautiful it is. To your right side, Castro. It's really fashion, although this doesn't sound like that. But Castro was one of the shopping malls. Actually, the first shopping mall that was built by the Greek Orthodox. It belonged to the Greek Orthodox until today. Then the first story was where there are shops, and the upper part is where the salesmen live. But you can see here the sign of the Greek Orthodox Church. And just to show you how beautiful it is, let's go in. It's full with beautiful restaurants and boutique shops. Beautiful, isn't it? It's empty now because it's early. And actually, I'm not sure that the Tel Avivers will come to you today because of the ceremony. The ceremony means no parking places. And they will be here, let's say the ceremony will be at 8 p.m. They will be here at 9 p.m. at the end of the ceremony. No, Jaffa was more important than Jerusalem. Ta-da-dum! I'll tell you why. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, please. Without you, I'm nothing. Then send that video and so many other videos. I have around 20,000 videos of the Holy Land. So now when you know that Jaffa was more important than Jerusalem, I have to explain it. Let's start with that. If you wanted to conquer the world, you had to start from Israel. Israel is a bridge between Africa, Asia and Europe. Here you can see the facade of the shopping mall. Then in that case, in Israel there are 3 places that you must occupy to conquer the world. One of them is Jaffa. You will see that I'm climbing a little bit. That is artificial hill. Everything is flat here. Jaffa, the old city, is on top of a hill which made of cities, layers of cities. City on top of a city, on top of a city, on top of a city. Why? Because you need to, if you want to conquer the world, this is the only option. Napoleon never visited Jerusalem, but he occupied Jaffa. Richard the Lionheart, he came from Jerusalem, but he visited Jaffa, not Jerusalem. Then in that case, Jaffa. Then, what I'm standing next to, this is not less than the entrance to Jaffa, and from so many years it was the only entrance of Jaffa. Let's cross the road. Let me tell you that the wall was here, the wall was at the other side, and the wall reached that part. You can see that the blocks here are different. That was the wall, and that car will enter to the wall. And where was the entrance? That was the only entrance of Jaffa. And most of the Israelis, I'm taking lots of Israelis here, never heard about it. That what that beautiful marble wall is doing here. The local stone is sandstone. There's no option for show off here. But here you can see a wall made of marble, and there's no marble in Israel. The leader of Joppa, the nickname was Abu Nabut, actually wanted to impress everyone. One of the rules that he had is that through that gate you can enter until 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. From 6 p.m. it's closed until 6 a.m. And so many people couldn't enter. For that, they built him kind of a water area to drink, to purify yourself before you're entering to the mosque. And the marble, as we believe, came from Ashkelon and Caesarea. On top of it, you can see the signature of Abdul Hamid II, which was the one that everyone built the clock towers for him. And now when we know it, and we know that that car is now entering the wall, but she didn't know it, let's enter to the wall. to the only gate. In Jerusalem, you can visit Jaffa Gate. Here, you will enter through Jerusalem Gate. And I want you to understand or to notice how thick the wall was. We're still in part of the wall. I mean, we are entering through the gate. This is the wall. Here you can see, it's difficult to see now, but it's a round base of a guarding tower, and we're still going through the wall, through the gate, but that's the wall. If you've been in Jerusalem, you know that Jerusalem is, the walls of Jerusalem are very, let's say, 1 meter wall, that's it. We're still in part of the wall. And here, so many exchange people used to live, because you know, when you came from the port, the first thing that you need to do is to exchange money. But guess what? We're still... Oh, kitty, don't worry, I'm not going to do something bad to you. I love cats. Only now we're going out of the wall. So romantic here at nighttime and at daytime. It's a fish restaurant, fish and seafood. That road that we are using is the widest road of ancient Jaffa. Remember, the wall used to be there. Then if you wanted to move an army from one side to another one, to the other side, you have to do it quick. And that was the main road for it. Wow. Beautiful. Such an amazing. I mean, everything here is so beautiful, even that. And the light. I love that yellowish light. Until I will continue. Did you subscribe my channel? Yes, you did it. Thank you very much. Be part of my family. If you want to support my channel, it's not a problem too. The description down there, you can find the link for Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal. But lately, at the same place that you push the like, you will find a new sign. It's looks like a heart and a dollar sign in it. If you push it, you can support me, and you will choose how much do you want to support me. It really helps me. Instead of working, I really love doing that. This is oh wow, can be part of it. Then I'm guiding from time to time, but that's what I like to do, to be with you, especially if you cannot visit Israel. If you want to visit Israel, don't hesitate, send me a message and I will be your tour guide. Of course I can. This is a new gate. Some people say that there's another option, but for me it's important because you can actually see how wide was the road. And if you saw the wall, if you see the cars there, that was the moat, and it was so difficult to enter the city. Thick wall and a moat. It's one of the most important cities in the world. Remember? Yes, we know why now. And as you can see, I'm starting to climb up. It's not difficult. If I'm doing it, everyone can do it. If we are talking about beautiful places, kind enough house. This will be a street. Let's look how beautiful it is. Just to show you the name of it in English. Can't be enough. Such a beautiful place. And this is one of so many good options for food. And there are a lot of secret places in Jaffa. You didn't expect that place to be here. Jaffa, it's not only the location. Fresh water, you can find it here until now. If you will dig, you will find water. I'm talking about fresh water. Yes, Jaffa is near the sea, but I'm talking about fresh water. Then everything here was covered with orchards. So many kind of fruit. Not only Jaffa oranges, so many others. Oh, like I like. What can I say? What can I say? It's so beautiful. And what about the floating orange tree? Then first of all, you can see one orange tree that survived. But soon you will see a floating one. This is part of a statue that was built by a magnificent sculpture, and the idea is to show us, the Israelis, the Jews, that although we've been outside of Israel for 2,000 years, most of us, when we came back, it's like we always been there, even though we had no roots. Jaffa Hotel, a beautiful hotel, not from that side, is next to you, but I'm talking about this floating tree. I think from the other side it might be even better. Look how beautiful it is. Yes. From that door, when that hotel wasn't here, and it used to be a nunnery. Two nuns used to go out and feed the cats of Jaffa. So sad that they are not here anymore. Another beautiful thing in Jaffa is the exhibitions. It's like a museum all over the alleys. And the alley is just like that, mainly because if it's narrow, it means that there's more shade and there's more place for real estate. And every meter here is expensive from ancient time and even now. But let me tell you that there is a connection between the movie Rambo, that you know, with Stallone, and that place. The wall started from there, and when the French came in 1799 to here, they entered to the city from here, not from the gate. So the gate was too difficult for them. And then the officer smelled wine. And in that building, he found lots of good wine from France. Now, it's a Muslim city, but this is the Christian quarter. Then, in that case, another thing that they found is that door. And from that door, they entered the city and occupied it by killing more than 4,000 Ottoman soldiers. Which is sad by itself, but it's even sadder that they didn't bury them. And you know what's happened if it's hot, humid, and lots of dead bodies. A lot of the French soldiers got sick, and lots of them died. He took the Armenian convent and turned it into hospital. And one of the most important pictures for me at the Louvre, next to the Mona Lisa, is Napoleon touching the one of the soldiers who actually became sick. And he told them, nothing will happen to you. But sadly, a lot of them died. And when he escaped from Israel, he left them there to die by the Ottomans that didn't kill them. They tried to help each one of the French soldiers, and as I remember, they brought them back to Egypt that was owned by French at that time. Then we are here. It doesn't look like a hill, but believe me, it's a hill and you will feel it. Look how beautiful is Tel Aviv. But something important to see is that you can see the beginning of Israel, and that is already the West Bank. Then you can see how narrow Israel is without the West Bank. It's so romantic here. It's so beautiful here. I love that place so much. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Remember, we are talking about city on top of a city on top of a city. And what you see in front of you now is the Egyptian government house. We found everything here. Look at the inscriptions, and we know that we are talking about one of the Ramses, and we know exactly how he occupied the city from the Canaanite people. It will sound like Troy story, and the Egyptian army didn't succeed to occupy the city. In a way, they ran away. They went back to Egypt. But one of the officers said, "I'm not going to do that. I'm staying with the most important people, with the strongest one." Then that soldier of Ramses II, the king, the pharaoh, who actually tried to occupy the city from the Canaanite, and this is a city from the 19th century BC. They tricked them. They brought them huge vases full of wheat, and although the Canaanite king checked it, he didn't check the bottom of it, and when they enter with the vases into the city, at nighttime soldiers, Egyptian soldiers, went out of those vases and occupied the city. Now, if you don't believe me, it's okay. But if you'll go to Karnak, which is in Egypt, you will see the story who tells us about that war. Before Troy story, sadly less known story. Still beautiful, isn't it? Then let's climb up to be at the top of that Tel. Tel, it's the name of layers of archaeological cities. Now we are on top of it. Oh, we're gonna be on top of it. It's all romantic. Oh, look how beautiful it is. This is one of the most important churches in Jaffa. We will talk about it soon. But first, let's see Tel Aviv. And you can hear the ceremony in Arabic down there. Look how beautiful is my city. Although my heart belongs to Tel Aviv, to Jerusalem, my body belongs to my wife, my child, my family, Tel Aviv. Now let's talk about the church. The difference between your churches and our churches is that there is a story beneath the church from the Bible. And we know that St. Peter, after the ascension of Jesus, came to here, was the leader of the 12. And he came to visit his friend Simon the Tanner. I don't know how many times you've been in a leather factories. Stinky, that he was on top of the hill, on top of the roof, waiting for the meal to come, and a sack full of non-kosher, non-clean animals went down with Gabriel the angel, who told me to butcher them and to eat. And just like everything happened 3 times with St. Peter, everything here happened 3 times too. He told the angel, sorry, I cannot do that. It's not kosher. I won't do that. The second part of the story will be next. But now we are climbing the Wishing Bridge. An ancient legend from 20 years ago holds that anyone boarding the bridge holds its zodiac sign and looks at the sea, which you cannot see it now, the wish will come true. And this is a beautiful idea. It's like the Western Wall with the notes between the Western Wall stones. Here you can see your zodiacs, and you're actually standing next to it and looking at the sea, which is not there, but believe it was there yesterday morning. And wish. From here you can see beautifully the Catholic Church and monastery of Simon the Tanner. Now let's continue the story. Yes! Subscribe. Did you subscribe my channel? Yes, please do that. Second story. He had 3 knocks on the door. Alright, it's a metal door. And he saw 2 Roman soldiers. At that time, when St. Peter saw the Roman soldiers, he knew that this is it. It is just going to be crucified just like Jesus. But the soldiers asked him to follow him to Caesarea, which is, let's say, 40 minutes by car north of Tel Aviv. And Cornelius wanted to be exactly like Jesus. A Jew. What? St. Peter wasn't a Jew. St. Peter was a Christian. Then, as I see it, and I might be wrong, St. Peter was a Jew who was waiting for the Messiah to come. His name was Jesus. Then in that case, remember, he didn't eat kosher food. He didn't enter to Cornelius' house because it wasn't kosher house. Oh, look at the Christmas trees there. See the lights? Yeah, lovely. Then he told Cornelius, sorry, I cannot turn you into the new Judaism, that now we know that it's Christianity. But just before he went back to here or to Jerusalem, he saw the Holy Spirit. And he realized that from right now, you can convert anyone to the new Christianity or the new Judaism. Such a beautiful church. Now, not like any other church that you know, this church is facing to the west, to the sea, not to the east like any other church. Why? Because the story of Jesus is about, a story of St. Peter is about leaving Israel from here to the Vatican of today, and the pilgrims who came to Jerusalem could see the church, the apse of the church from the sea, and they knew, all right, we just reached our destination. Are you still with me? It's only 31 minutes. Can I continue? There's so many things to see here, but I'm doing it in the short way. Oh, it's beautiful to see that the Catholic here are supporting Armenia. I can still hear them singing. We do have a lot of time before they will celebrate with the beautiful tree. Look at the cannon and the cat. Look for the picture. Oh, this is Ottoman cannon that we found here. Let's take the alley. Oh, I bought that apartment lately. The views from the sea, the darkness that you see there is the sea. I don't have even the money to buy the post box for it. But that is so beautiful. Don't miss Old Jaffa when you are visiting Israel. And now you know that 10 days is not enough. The Vatican Embassy is next to you. This is so beautiful. Di la li la la. Vatican Embassy. Di la li la la. All or most of the street names are by the names of the zodiac, just like the Wishing Bridge. And remember, it's narrow because now it's December, excellent weather, really good. It's right now in Tel Aviv and Joppa, it's around 19 degrees, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. There's so many churches here and synagogues, mainly because when the pilgrims came, the first thing that they wanted to do is to pray. For example, here, it's the Casanova, the Latin pilgrims hostel. And suddenly you see the Greek Orthodox. The Armenians got a place here. Name it, and it's here in Jaffa. Greek Orthodox. St. Michael. It's from the 17th century. Guys, it's so beautiful here, day and night. Now you saw that woman walking here alone by herself. It's so safe. This is the main entrance to the Greek Orthodox Church. It's closed now. It's not easy to enter it. It's beautiful with an amazing balcony. Hello, Kitty. Don't be afraid. I'm a good person. Or at least I'm trying to be. Look how beautiful it is. Look at the wooden balcony. That street will lead to another house of Simon the Tanner, owned by the Orthodox. There is a huge problem between debate between the Muslims and the Christian who owns that house. Until they figure out who owns it, it will be closed for us. I entered there only once in my lifetime, but she didn't let me take pictures or videos at that time. And you know, for me, it's like I've never been there if I didn't use my camera. In less than 1 minute, we will reach the port, and let me tell you that I'm sweating. Oh, that's my zodiac sign, Cancer. Yes, Satan in Hebrew. It's hot. And I'm not wearing coat now. Remember 19 degrees? I know that it's not so easy at Europe and America now. Then please come to here. A friend from Chicago is going to do that, and you can do that too. Welcome to the port of Jaffa. That was a very important port, mainly because that was the main entrance to Israel and the closest place to Jerusalem. And this is the best port if you want to reach Jerusalem. There are few restaurants there. One of them is called here. There are two. The Old Man and the Sea. Don't ever go to the Old Man and the Sea at the port of Jaffa. It's horrible. If you heard about the Old Man and the Sea, it's not here. There's another one. Don't go there. although it was the main port of Israel for so many years, and it was controlled by the Arabs. You can find now few more ports in Israel. One of the reasons that that port is not used anymore is because of the fight or the argument between the Muslims and the British in 1936. If they wanted to tell, they actually told the British go away. Then the British actually destroy a big part of Jaffa, and they gave a permit to the Tel Avivis to build another harbor in Tel Aviv. And then now we have actually using Ashdod port and Haifa port. This is mostly for fun and for fishermen, but not more than that. A Chanukiah, remember we are now in Chanukah time. You can see that we lit it the second candle, second of 8. The leader is above. Tomorrow I'm gonna be in, look at the view of Jaffa. Tomorrow I'm gonna be at Jerusalem again to celebrate Hanukkah, and especially to prepare another video for you. Amazing, beautiful, isn't it? It's so romantic here. Everyone used that port. The Ottomans, the British, the Israelis, but not anymore. This is the Mediterranean Sea. Such a beautiful seashore all over Tel Aviv. I think something like 10 miles of seashore, divided into different kind of, for religious people, for surfing. People likes to bring their pets, gay, name it, it's their families, young people. Dali lali, lila lila, dali lali. It's a weekday. It's I think it's Monday. No, Monday? Yes, it is Monday. For you, it's the first day of the week. For the Israelis, it's the second day of the week. Then we're leaving the port third the festival, and it's only 43 minutes. We do have another half an hour for the peak of the festival. The mayor of Tel Aviv will come to light to push the button, and then 10. We will count from 10 to 1, and we will start to celebrate Christmas. But not like in your country. That tree will be here until January 19, because in Israel we are celebrating 3 Christmases a year. Yes. First one, right now, of the Catholic and the Protestant. The second one will be of the Greek Orthodox. And the third one will be of the Armenians. In that case, 3 presents. And if we're talking about the Armenians, then don't go away. I want you to see the hospital that, actually the monastery that was turned into hospital by Mr. Napoleon. Remember, that's where he touched one of the poor guy that was sick. And you can see the painting of it. next to Mona Lisa. Look how beautiful is Tel Aviv. And this is the Armenian convent. You can see the flag of the Armenian, and you can see another flower that reminds everyone who knows that in 1915 the Ottomans killed more than 1.5 million of the Armenians. And lately I uploaded a video about the genocide of the Armenians, and you can actually visit it at the new Armenian Museum at the Armenian quarter of Jerusalem, or watch it through my videos, through my channel. Slowly you will hear the music of the festival, but I want you to see another Chanukiah, another menorah. The Armenian had a problem with money, then they sold part of the monastery to private people who wanted to build their houses there, and I cannot say that I'm jealous. I'm really jealous. I mean, the view is spectacular of the Mediterranean Sea. Listen to the waves. Listen to the sound of the waves. It's difficult to see here, but there's a minaret here. And this is the sea mosque. Remember, every salesman who came to here, every pilgrims who came to here wanted to pray next to at his holy site, and this is for the Muslims. They're still using it as a mosque. But the main mosque was next to the entrance to, remember, Jerusalem Gate, and that's the opposite side is there. The British destroy a big part of Jaffa, but we the Israelis destroy another part of it, and we actually destroyed the Jewish quarter of Jaffa. Craziness. Then, if you want to find one of the synagogues, they have to read about it, but not to see it. There's only one synagogue of the Jews from Libya that still exists from ancient time. Look how beautiful it is. Tel Aviv, Tel Aviv, Tel Aviv. Festival is still on. Runit, my wife, actually asked me, why are you leaving the house at 6? You know that you will have to wait 2 hours for that. There's no rush. I mean, you're doing it every year, and you're complaining every year that you're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then it's like 10 seconds, and that's it, the end of the festival. This time, we actually drank some coffee together, and then I said to myself, let's go and prepare a video of Jaffa. Now, that, I don't know if you can see it, but that is part of the wall that used to be here. Then, to enter through that road to the city, it wasn't an option. You could enter through the gate that I showed you, and through the sea. The port. let's wait a little bit. I want you to see the Hanukkah, the menorah, because it's unique, and to listen a little bit to the festival. And then if it won't be in that video, I will prepare another video of the ceremony. South Tel Aviv is right in front of you. Look at the upper suite. Been there? No, didn't stay there. Been there. It's beautiful. All right, we are very close to the ceremony. In Israel, usually they are checking you when you enter. For security. You can hear the ceremony in Arabic, mainly because the language of the Christians here is Arabic. And you can see here local singers, and next to the menorah. It's beautiful, huh? The menorah is unique. Are you jealous? Yes, you should be. The weather is amazing. So tired now. Beautiful. Used to be a police station. Ottomans, British, Israeli. Oh, look at the sun up.
شفنا بليلة عيد نور دوار المدى معنا نشيد جديد غنوا نجمات الفضاء شفنا بليلة عيد نور دوار المدى معنا نشيد جديد غنوا نجمات الفضاء
Ah, the big Santa! Here's the present, Santa! I was an amazing kid, but I didn't get a present.
يا ثلج بكواني غطى كل الدنيا الأطفال فرحانين والهدايا ملونين يا ثلج بكواني غطى كل الدنيا الأطفال فرحانين والهدايا ملونين يا سهرانين ببيوت الدفيانين يا يوصل يسوع يا يوصل يسوع جاي الليل يسوع يا الأرض الحلوة.
I want to go out, it's not so easy. There's another half an hour to kill before the ceremony. But I wanted to see something before that, and then we'll say goodbye, and I will prepare a different video. But I don't know how to go out. part of Summit and Thunder, the one that we cannot enter to it. But that's for next door. Oops. And let me show you in the beginning of the tour. We talked about the kind of European style of the city hall. Here it is in front of you. And you can see clock tower from a different angle. And you know what? That's going to be goodbye. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for 8 o'clock. And look at it. And I will add the other part into that video. It's still beautiful. I'll push the button to end that video. Let's see what they're doing here. They're dancing. Those the jazz sentence. Yeah, it looks like it. Let's go to see it and then we'll see goodbye. Years ago, I came to here with my mother for the last time. She's not with us anymore. Thank you very much for being with me. Almost 1 hour. See you from Jaffa and please don't